Skateboarders and the political process met tonight in Ballard.
A popular skateboarding park in Ballard is rolling fast towards extinction.
It's the hottest controversy on wheels, whether a popular skateboard park should be included in a new proposed Ballard park. Right now, the city's plans don't include the existing skate park, but hundreds of die-hard skaters are vowing to change that.
The next public hearing on the future of this skate park will be held this Tuesday night at this former Safeway store right next door. And the skateboarders say they will be here in force.
You know, I anticipated resistance to the removal of the skate park, yes. I mean, that was pretty clear from talking to skaters. It was a big project and a contentious project, but it isn't the only big and contentious project that I've worked on. Planning for parks is very much a public involvement process, and I take that very, very seriously. One of the things that parks are supposed to do is they're supposed to serve all of they're supposed to serve the entire neighborhood. They're not shopping malls. They're public places. And for the Ballard Park, I talk to the homeless people. You know, I talk to the churches, I talk to businesses, and I talk to skaters. I went around to the skaters that were in the bowl, around the bowl, talked to about 15 people at that time. I also had made contacts through the people that I knew that were involved in creating the bowl. I talked to them, of course, and I did a lot of outreach with Chris Hildebrand and the Grindline folks. But I mean, special interest groups need to realize that they need to represent themselves not just as individuals but as an organization. And I'm very impressed with what the skaters have done. I mean, as an organization, I think that they've really pulled together in very impressive ways. So.
The first Ballard meeting I went to was pretty impressive on a couple levels. The pure energy and emotion that came from every single corner of the community. It wasn't like it's just a bunch of gnarly skaters that were there. There was no real, clear archetype bull supporter. It was just every time you turned around, there was some weird person that you wouldn't expect to be there, basically yelling at the Parks Department people, telling them that they were fucked, And
I had my own stereotypical vision of skateboarders, and as just young kids, and I realized, hey, it's all kinds of people.
Never before, and maybe never again, will so many people come out and just basically bleed their love of skateboarding all over the fucking floor, and just Kate Martin just fucking yelling at these people. It was beautiful.
It's not the first meeting that I've had to speak out of turn or what somebody might consider rude and another person would just be considered truthful. I felt my blood pressure going up as I was listening to the presentation of the park, and I thought, I'm going to be loud and, I'm not going to be able to be a very well-behaved little girl at this meeting. It was the idea that they were, through their propaganda, were calling the plan the preferred plan, and that was the word that just set me off. Preferred. And so that was my first question. Who prefers this plan?
It was a bumpy meeting, no doubt about it. The turnout was tremendous. I think that that got people's attention. I think that we always tell community people that want to influence public discourse that being there makes a huge difference, and you guys were there. Probably a lot of the people that were there had never gone to a community meeting before and didn't realize how powerful they could be as a group. And I'm totally all in favor of civic engagement. I think that it's a very healthy thing that we probably don't have enough of in this culture. So, more power to you.
A lot of the people involved with the bowl activism were people that were new to public process entirely, people that were very, very innocent people, innocent people participating in public process with no reason not to be innocent.
There'd be 200 or 300 people that would show up or more, and 80% of them were only there for one reason, and it was Save the Ballard Bowl, and they were really vocal and all on the same page about it. It couldn't be more overwhelming of a singular thing that the people were saying together, but Parks Department basically didn't listen to that, pretend like they hadn't heard that, or made it sound like it wasn't, as unanimous as it was.
What happened over those next few months was really damaging to the spirit of the skate activists in this town, because in a very accelerated way they had to expend a lot of energy and get a horrible realistic view of how it all works a lot of the time. I think the kids were really disillusioned. It was hard for the kids to see it, but on the other hand, maybe as they mature, they'll be more effective activists because they saw what they saw and they heard what they heard at the Ballard Bowl struggle. That could benefit us.
We have a lot of park conflicts, and we try to work them out. And I think, ultimately we've come to a really good solution with this park. And I have a great deal of admiration for the skate community and how they actually did get themselves organized. I appreciate the websites that what is it called? I don't know how to say it. Sleece Stash. Mm-hmm. The kind of work that people did there with organizing, that the skate advisory committee that was done, it actually still is being run through the park superintendent's office. I think that the skaters really, I think that the kids going out and doing a petition was smart. I like the march of the skaters. I actually watched it going from the Seattle Center site and going downtown. I just thought, you get a lot of really brilliant moves. I think your PR person, Kelly, is great. She wrote a beautiful article for the Op-Ed Times. got yourselves very well organized. I was very impressed. In retrospect, is there something I could have done differently? No. My job was to present options, and that's what we did.